Hey guys, Adam here with AmericanMuscle.com. Today I'm bringing you a detailed overview and installation of the Pedders Sports Ryder front strut, available for all 2005 to 2014 Mustangs. So in this video, of course, I'll be going over the benefits you can expect when adding this front strut from Pedders to your handling and suspension package. Now, I'll also touch on the materials and construction and top the video off with the installation, which I'll let you know up front here gets a 2 out of 3 wrenches on our difficulty meter, making it just one step up from a simple, cold air intake bolt-on mod. The Pedders Sports Ryder front strut will be for any 05 to 14 Mustang owner who might be looking for a direct fit replacement to a factory damaged or blown out front strut. In this case, you're going to be looking at a non-adjustable direct fit replacement that'll upgrade your suspension to give you a better performance where the handling and suspension is concerned. So while you're looking around in the aftermarket world for a front strut replacement, you'll notice there are quite a few options out there, and some of them range from fixed to adjustable. Some of them are different colors, some of them have different fitments. Well, this one right here is going to be a perfect direct fit replacement for your 05 to 14 S197, giving you no trouble at all with the installation, which I'll touch on a little bit later on. Now, I do want to mention that it is a non-adjustable option, so if you're a guy out there looking to, get a little bit more wide range of adjustability to fit your personal preferences on the fly, you might want to check out some of the other options out there. This will gear toward the guys out there looking to run a daily driver setup with an upgraded suspension slightly over the stock to really just beef it up around the corners, stiffen up that suspension, of course, while also staying true to a budget-friendly price. Since it is going to be extremely similar to the options such as the Koni STRTs, you're looking at a twin-tube gas pressurized design from head to toe, something that is extremely durable, just as your OEM option would have been. Now, as far as the pricing goes, it is more of the budget-friendly option as opposed to some of the adjustables like the Koni Yellows, which means it comes in right around the $130 mark, a very typical price tag for non-adjustable options with a durable built construction. Now, as far as the installation goes, it does come with everything you need to get it on, and of course, I did give it a 2 out of 3 wrenches on our difficulty meter, simply because it is just one step up from a simple cold air intake bolt-on mod. Now, with that 2 out of 3 wrenches in mind, it shouldn't take you longer than about an hour to take care of each side. Now, of course, the $130 only does get you the one strut, so you want to keep that in mind moving forward, but either way, very simple install, affordable price, really well built construction, and a very good mod for the daily driver or the light strip or track usage. So since it is very similar to the Konis, honestly it'll come down to 2 factors. Do you want adjustable or non-adjustable? If the answer is non-adjustable, the options are pretty much Pedders, Koni, and a couple other ones out there as well, in which case it kind of comes down to brand. As for shocks and struts of the aftermarket world, typically the materials and construction don't really stray too far from each other, so that really narrows it down to, again, price or brand. If you've used Pedders in the past, there's no harm sticking with the same thing since it is familiar to you, but if you'd like to mix it up, you can go with Koni, or you can stick to this one as well. The Konis do go in orange, this one is in red. Color, in my personal opinion, shouldn't really be too much of a factor when we're talking about suspension parts, but if that really floats your boat, then of course you can go with this one. The good thing about a front strut is that the installation pretty much always stays the exact same. Now, again, I did give it a 2 out of 3 wrenches on our difficulty meter, not because it is a harder installation, but it is just a little bit more involved than a simple direct bolt-on like a cold air intake, as I mentioned before. As far as hand tools, a simple ratchet and socket set will do the trick, and then of course a jack and jack stands or a lift. Overall, it shouldn't take you more than an hour to get one side done, of course, 2 out of 3 wrenches on our difficulty meter. First things first, you want to jack the car up in the air and support it on jack stands or put it on a lift to make your life easier if you have access to one. After that, you want to remove the front wheel to gain access to the entire brake assembly. Remove the caliper, drop the rotor assembly out of the way to gain access to the front strut. Once you got that out of the way and you hang the caliper up just so it doesn't drag down on the brake lines, you want to make sure that you're jacking up the lower control arm to remove the pressure from the bottom strut bolts. Once that's taken care of, pop open the hood and remove the bolt at the top of the strut tower. This will break free that top portion. Now you can go back down low and remove the 2 bolts holding the bottom of the strut into place and pull the factory option out of the vehicle. Once you put the Pedders Sports Ryder option into place, of course, just replace all of those bolts at the bottom, torquing it down to spec, replace the one at the top of the strut tower, and then of course put everything back together the exact opposite way you took them off. Overall, it shouldn't take you more than an hour to get the job done, which is why I'll give it a 2 out of 3 wrenches on our difficulty meter. Just to wrap it up here, if you're the owner of an 05 to 14 Mustang, you might be looking for a direct fit replacement to a blown out factory front strut. If you're looking for a non-adjustable option to keep it budget friendly while also getting a decent enough upgrade for your suspension and handling performance, you might want to check out the Pedders Sports Ryder front strut, available right here at AmericanMuscle.com.